The Big Ten is slated to give ESPN the boot after 40 years. Who's coming into the conference as the new media partners? Let's take a look. Big Ten Ted here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel now. Like this video. All kinds of Big Ten content. We got Big Ten news, Big Ten game previews, Big Ten game reactions, and even some live streams coming. So make sure you click subscribe, click like to stay up to date and get those notifications whenever there's a video or an upcoming live stream. Let's talk about Big Ten media rights. According to reports from John Oran from the Sports Business Journal, as well as Brett McMurphy from the Action Network. So yeah, these are good sources. Fox, CBS, and NBC are likely to win Big Ten deals, and ESPN might get the boot. Okay, let's dive into the report. This is not a surprise. Fox is going to get the A package. It's been agreed to apparently a few weeks ago. This was agreed to. So this is going to happen. You're still going to have Big Noon Saturday with some Big Ten games preceded by Big Ten kickoff. You're still going to see games on FS1 and Big Ten Network. Fox owns a 60% share in the Big Ten Network. So that's not a surprise, and that is a welcome thumbs up from this commentator. But on the B side is where things get fun and where things get exciting. According to the report, it's looking like CBS and NBC will split a B package. Although nothing's been finalized, this is a leaders in the clubhouse type of situation, and according to the reports, it would take a drastic flip for this not to happen. So here's how it would break down on the football side. You got Big Noon Saturday, your noon game on Fox. Then, and possibly the biggest steal out of all of this, and maybe the most exciting thing out of all of this, the college football on CBS theme music, formerly the SEC on CBS, now would become the Big Ten on CBS theme music. That might be the biggest win of them all in this scenario. And then NBC would have a Saturday prime time slot. Now, this would be the first time since the mid-60s since Disney has not carried Big Ten games. 1966, ABC started carrying Big Ten games. ESPN joined in 1982. This is a long-standing relationship that would be no longer. And there's clearly a split, right? The SEC, ESPN, as some people have called it, and then Fox, CBS, and NBC on the other side. All four major networks are going to be involved in college football in the Big Ten and in the Southeastern Conference. Kevin Warren is seeing an NFL type of model here, right? Where you see games on Fox, you see games on CBS, you see games on NBC, you see games all over the place. He sees that as the model for what the Big Ten wants to do. Here's another key thing from the report. We could see some games, select games streamed on Peacock. And although you're not going to see huge games, streamed on the streaming network, I think one thing to keep in mind, Peacock, for the last couple of years, has been streaming home Notre Dame men's hockey games. So in addition to the Big Ten Network, I think Peacock is going to jump on board in the Big Ten as streaming, some basketball games, women's basketball, volleyball, which is becoming a much bigger deal in the Big Ten. The Big Ten is the best conference in all of college volleyball. I will be willing to fight anybody on that, especially with UCLA coming into the conference. And, hockey, they're probably going to pick up some more Big Ten hockey. I think it's going to spread a lot of the other sports. You're going to see more exposure on Peacock as well as Big Ten Network. This is a huge media rights deal. It's probably going to be over $1 billion, and it's going to be a big-time get for the Big Ten Conference. I love it. I love the NFL type of mindset that they have with media rights, because the Big Ten will be available in every single household in America. Fox, CBS, NBC, the biggest Big Ten games are going to be in every household. If you got a TV, whether you got an antenna, cable, stream, whatever you got, you're going to be able to see Big Ten football. It's not the case over down south in the SEC. Although their big game is probably going to be on ABC, a lot of their stuff is going to be pushed to cable, aka ESPN. So advantage +1, +2, +3 for the Big Ten Conference. Another talking point, obviously, a lot of people are going to have is Notre Dame. You know, this, I think, paves the way for them to come to the conference. I really do. Notre Dame values the relationship with NBC. I think maybe for the time being, you could see Notre Dame games kind of be as a lead-in into Big Ten games. Are they going to like being upstaged by the Big Ten games? I don't think so. I don't know about that. There have been a lot more primetime Notre Dame NBC games as of late. And now that the Big Ten and NBC have that primetime slot, I think you could see a situation in the future, not saying it's the near future, far future, I don't know, but sometime in the future, if Notre Dame joins the conference, I could see saying, okay, the Big Ten saying, okay, Notre Dame, NBC, you guys can still carry all of the Notre Dame home games, and they're all in primetime. That could be a big incentive for Notre Dame to join the conference, so half of those primetime games or so would be Notre Dame games. Big incentive for the Irish to come in and be in that situation from the outset. It's a win-win, right? If you get Notre Dame eventually into the conference because of this, that's a thumbs up for me, right? They've been meaning to be in this conference since forever, right? Like Michigan, Purdue, USC, all their rivals now are in the Big Ten Conference. I want to hear what you guys have to think about this report. Although it hasn't been finalized between CBS and NBC, it looks like this is the way it's going. What do you guys think? You guys love being a lot of the networks? Do you just want to be on one network, kind of like it is in the SEC? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe, like. I like this. I like this. If this media rights deal was a YouTube video, I'd give it a thumbs up. I'd give it a subscribe, just like you should do right here, right now to Big Ten Ted. I'm Big Ten Ted, and we'll see you in the next one.